I was going to say, if you're short term, then you're screwed. So unfortunately, if you are short term, the market is the market, and there's no way around it.
Hey everyone, Alex Ionescu here. Welcome to Investor's Guide to the Galaxy. Tesla long-term potential versus current stock price. Video cut from Farzad Mesbahi, ex-Tesla employee and lead Tesla economist talking Tesla. Let's dive right into it. Tesla stock price on December the 9th, it's up 3.23%. Year to date down 55%. Past year down 44%. Past 5 years up 681%. I found an interesting video conference that's 2 hours long. I wanted to share a shorter video cut with you. Hopefully you find value in it. If you are an investor in Tesla stock, listen to Richard.
I was going to say, if you're short term, then you're screwed. So unfortunately, if you are short term, the market is the market, and there's no way around it. If you're long term, the stock is not the business. And again, like I said, I figure if 10 years from now, Tesla stock is at $10 and they have $150 trillion in the bank, that money will come out some way as dividends, some way. So I think, if the business does well long term, eventually we'll see it.
Regardless of how it's treating the current time in respects to investor relations, so on and so forth, which can very much improve, and it can do so in a big way. Regardless, the world is going to one place, and Tesla has all the pieces in place. And that's just what it seems like. And I feel like that's a good thing. So
Lee from Tesla Economist says that Tesla is ready for the future.
But how do you think of the Elon ecosystem that he's building in, how Tesla might actually extract or bring that into the Tesla food itself?
Yeah, like Farzad was saying, like everything in the future that we're seeing, it's kind of like Tesla has already planted all the seeds ready for this future that we're expecting. They're there already. They did it. And when this future comes, it's like all these seeds would have manifested and grown into this amazing company. So for energy, I think of it as a return on investment. So basically, you buy these mega packs or whatever, and within 3-4 years, they've paid themselves off. Same for in-house Powerwalls, right? Powerwalls now pretty expensive. Okay, they might not be on that level. They're probably better for other applications currently, but Elon said they're going to go over to iron cathode to Powerwall. I imagine eventually you get the price of a Powerwall down to maybe maybe $3,000, and it has to be probably even lower, perhaps, version in other developing nations. But on the other hand, power does cost more there because a lot of them use diesel generators, So you add solar and a power wall onto that, a low-cost LFP one, might not look as pretty, but it's going to save them more money, and it's going to be better for the environment because diesel is probably the worst way to create energy. So, yeah, I look at energy as at least anyway the megapacks and the storage. It's a return on investment for anyone who can buy it. If we bought them in our house, and right now it's a return on investment, but it might only be a 6 or 7% return on investment with the current prices. But when they get those prices down, maybe it'll be a 20-25% return on investment. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to buy, save money on energy and pay off this price in 3 or 4 years? That's a good investment. Same with solar as well. But yeah, Tesla's solar, we don't hear much about, and it probably isn't going where we wanted it. Also, of course, we've got the robotaxi equivalent of energy, and Tesla being able to create a complete market for energy. So anyone who wants to sell some energy into the market or buy it at a lower price and sell it on and store it in their own battery or whatever, or even in their vehicles, if it's vehicle to grid, that's mind-blowing, right? So it's create a complete free market of energy. So when demand is really high, the prices go up. And if you've got some 10 kilowatt hours or so stored in your battery, you're like, hey, I can get some good money for that. I'll sell that down into the grid. And then when demand's probably down, maybe it's a really sunny day and no one's at work, then you might charge it up again, or you might just charge it up from your own solar as well. They're all deflationary. This is deflationary along with robotaxis, of course, things like that. There's a lot of deflationary things happening, and Tesla's, buying a Tesla, you don't have to pay for gas. Again, another deflationary cost of ownership for a vehicle. And what is wrong with deflationary? This is great economics. This is how we better our standard of living on a massive scale.
When you have robots doing most of the stuff, the labor gets free. If you think about it, how much Tesla can lower their costs, it will blow your mind.
And then when we're on that subject, there is nothing really further that can do that than obviously robots, taking over labor for us, doing all these jobs that no one wants to do, and time consuming, boring, dangerous, monotonous, production line. We can imagine like Tesla bots mining the nickel or lithium, then Tesla bots refining them, then Tesla bots in the factory. It's like, well, hang on, where's any cost going here? Because the energy is also coming from solar. It's like, what's Tesla going to have to pay for in these cars, and the cost eventually? It's like everything is paid for. The labor is free, the energy is free. It's like maybe they've got to pay for the tires and the chips. Like after that, like what else? That starts to blow your mind really of how lower cost it is possible for them to make these cars. And then people are worried about, then everyone's going to lose their jobs and everyone will be unemployed and everything. But I don't know. And Elon does talk about that as well, and talks about universal basic income and stuff. But I don't know. History tends to show that when we do have machines like this that replaces a lot of labor, it tends to be that it just improves our standard of living, and the labor reallocates and becomes more qualified and has to learn a bit more. That the layman job, proletarians have to go and study a bit more and learn a new trade, perhaps of how to work a robot or program a robot or something like that instead. You might have a gardener come over to your house with his robot, and instead of him doing any gardening, you tell him how you want your bushes or whatever, he just programs the robot and it does this amazing job, and you have this garden that a human couldn't even do, and it's just like, wow, and it's only $10 to have this done, where it might have taken 20 people 20 hours or something to do otherwise. It's just an increased standard of living, and people will still want to spend what they have, and they'll create jobs, and entrepreneurs will, and they'll think of new ideas with robots and stuff. And if even in a world of robots taking over all the labor, I can't even see that happening in 50 or 100 years anyway.
If you want to watch all 2 hours of the video conference, I recommend it. I put a link down in the description below. And a little bonus, for everyone that is worried about Elon Musk abandoning Tesla company because of Twitter, Elon Musk said this: "I continue to oversee both Tesla and SpaceX, but the teams there are so good that often little is needed from me." That's good news. I'd like to know your opinion on all of this. Please leave a comment below. If you like this video, please smash that like button so that other people like you see this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you that watch my videos. See you next time.